Hey everybody, welcome back. So, things have been happening. If you've seen recently, I've made a couple posts on YouTube or Patreon. I've been having a couple streams on Twitch. If you want to follow my Twitch, it's twitch.tv/RayReacts, very simple. And on these streams, we've either been playing video games, or I've been chatting a lot with Lady Acidosis and Ace ahead of our big stream that's coming up. If you're watching this on YouTube, then the big stream already happened. Thank you for showing up. I know you did. You were there. But these streams have been so much fun. Like I said, if you're not a member of our Patreon community already, you should join. You can become a free member. I usually post what's going on like this week or like in the day if I'm planning on streaming. And I'm planning on having some of these streams where we really interact with the chat a ton. We did just yesterday, and it was the most fun ever. Also, look out for a Discord chat, a Discord group, a Discord channel. That's the word. It's a Discord channel. So that's going to be coming soon because I want to do a lot more events where it's just me and the community all talking about Sleep Token, or we can talk about other things. But look forward to that. Also, if you are on Patreon, so if you are a member on Patreon already, this Saturday, myself, Lady Acidosis, and Ace are going to be streaming. We're probably going to be playing games this time, but we might be playing games like Jackbox, like games where the community, like anyone in the chat can join us too. And if I have the Discord channel up and running by then I want to have some people join us, chat with us, and just have a lot of fun, because that's what it is. Everyone so far has been such a good vibe and so nice, and just like, it's been great. It's been great. If you were there, I'll name some people. People like Jess, Jesse, Jezebel, Shanna. From YouTube, White Panda, he was there. I know I miss a handful. I know I miss a few, but those of you who are there, you guys can vouch for me. We had a good time, and I'm really excited to stream some more so I can like connect with people more in the community, as well as we're gonna watch some more like live clips, like some goofy stuff. Yeah. We're gonna watch some like goofy vessel moments, which we know there are a lot of those. And I wanna see a lot of just like their songs live in general to kind of get a feel of what that's like. Because I don't really know. I haven't seen 3. I haven't seen Ivy. The Espera? What are those? I have no idea. But yeah, just keep an eye out and ear out for all of these things that are happening, because it's so very much fun. Today though, we're listening to VORE. I've not heard this song before. This is my very first time listening to it. Another reason to join Patreon is we are 8 videos ahead over on Patreon. So if you like these videos, but you want more of them, then go over on Patreon and you can vote on future songs. You can request I listen to a very specific song if you get a certain tier, or you can just get early access 2 weeks ahead, 4 weeks ahead to these videos. So pretty cool if you're into that. But yeah, we're getting into VORE, which we all know what VORE is. So, and the thing is, like, I've seen bits and pieces of this, like, you know, like in the offering when he's like, take a bite. And then like similar, I can't think of anything right this second, but it's been like alluded to that vessels into a certain thing. Okay, so let's see what we're going to get into here. This is VORE by Sleep Token. Let's go. And I show myself my sacred baby. Interesting start. I have the lyrics here. I don't know if I'm going to listen to the lyric, or I might talk about the lyrics after the fact. Whoa. We're going straight into the screaming. A lot of double bass. This sounds different than his screaming in the past, but it is harsh. These are harsh vocals. First off, I changed the volume. I was wondering why it's so quiet, but I was like, I'm going to pause it before I change anything. And one thing he said here was very interesting, because the thing is, like, he had the lines, "You've become the voice in my head, only recourse, we're left after death," which I don't really understand, like, the words. I just literally, like, this doesn't compute quite. "Your viscera, welcome me in, welcome me in. My life is torn, my bones, they bleed." Bones don't really bleed, so that doesn't make sense. But he covers himself by saying, "My metaphors fall short in the end," which we all know that Vessel is terrible at metaphors. So I'm messing. So it is really interesting, though, that here, like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, "My bones, they bleed." And then also the lines before, "Only recourse, we're left after death." I don't know. We don't need to get into that. But what is significant here is, like, in my opinion, it seems like he's talking about sleep here. He's saying, "Your viscera, welcome me in." And viscera is, like, literally your internal everything. Like, and that's what he kind of wants. He wants to be this vessel for sleep. And it's like they fully engulf him, like, welcome him in, or that's what he wants, at least. Okay, and then it's kind of repeated this whenever he says, "Your flesh and bone, welcome me in, welcome me in." It's the same kind of thing with the viscera. I'm gonna replay this last tiny part because it was so quiet. It was so hard to hear, guys. First of all, this heaviness, this, like, screaming is harsh. It's very harsh. It's not necessarily my kind of, like, music, my kind of sound in terms of vocals. But it's not necessarily bad, but it's not what I go to. It's not what I go to. Like, I'm just being honest with you guys here. But the drums at the end of this section, we're going to listen to that, because that's really what I enjoyed here. Oh yeah, two's got it. It reminded me of Higher. The debt that I owe between bared teeth or whatever. The way he said that line, "Are you in pain like I am?" Is he talking to people, or is he talking to sleep? Okay, so a band that I often listen to, Dance Gavin Dance, they do kind of similar things that Sleep Token is doing here. It's like they have just, like, really heavy instruments, or really technical, skilled instruments. The guitar is really what stuck out to me, what I thought was, like, the coolest sounding, but the drums were way more impressive than the guitar. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the skill on this guy is insane. But what I'm getting at is what Dance Gavin Dance does, especially with their previous era, right before the music they're getting into now, is they have those really high angelic vocals, like, just sustained in the background. Like, and it's like such a juxtaposition between the, like, typical metal sounding instruments, and the instruments, there's, like I said before, they're so crazy, like, difficult. Like, such a juxtaposition between that, like, the harsh and the beautiful, you know? And that's kind of what was the gateway for me to get into this style of music. So, like, here I'm sitting in my Q zone. I'm sitting in the spot, you know, like, this is the kind of stuff that I really like hearing. It sounds so good to me, guys. It sounds so nice to me. Oh, I love his voice. Wow. Okay. The thing is, whenever they started the section before, I was wondering, what do I like more? Is it the noises that we're hearing in the background here, or is it Vessel's voice? Answer, it's Vessel's voice. So the differences between his clean vocals and his screaming here, if I was listening to this first time, I would say, oh, I like how they have two vocalists. But that's not the case, guys. We all know that Vessel is doing both these parts. And it makes me think, because in previous songs, like say Give, for instance, in the Sundowning album, we get like a back and forth between Vessel and Sleep or whatever, you know. And I feel like this has happened in previous songs, as other different songs as well. And it almost feels like that with how harsh these two are, you know, the extremely harsh vocals and then the pretty vocals that we get in this section right before. It feels like it's two separate things, but let's dive into the lyrics themselves. Are you in pain like I am? Of course, I had asked whenever I was listening to it, is he talking to another person or is he talking to Sleep? He says, will we remain stuck in the throat of gods? Will the pain stop if we go deeper? So these are two separate things in my eyes. Whenever he says, will we remain stuck in the throat of gods? It makes me think of, okay, either as a human, we're stuck in the throat of gods because we're nothing, we're peons, we're just like that's their will is whatever happens to us. And I'm thinking whenever he says we, it could be him and Sleep, because in this world that we've crafted, Sleep is just one of these gods and a lesser god in that sense. So is he talking about him and Sleep together? And then he says, will the pain stop if we go deeper? So that makes me think he's talking about himself. And the thing is, like, obviously I'm saying he, them, to whatever. So I'm all over the place. So I really would love some clarification on what you specifically think. But he's saying, will the pain stop if we go deeper? Because he's had so much pain in this journey, this obsession, this fixation on Sleep and his whole path and the whole thing of being a vessel. And he's asking, will the pain stop if we go deeper? Which that also makes me think of addiction, because it's like, oh, I just need more, I just need to get more, and then the pain will go away, or like the bad feelings will go away. But deeper could mean like being unalived, you know. If we go deeper, will the pain stop? Because I mean, the pain does stop, it no longer exists because your brain doesn't exist. So it's really interesting. It says, so let's get swallowed whole, I want to go where nobody else will ever go. That also makes me think either to Sleep, because like whenever he goes to sleep, that's whenever he communes with Sleep, right? So it could be that, or where nobody else will go could be actual death. And that makes sense with the whole swallowed whole thing. The thing is, like, we know that Vore is like this sexual fetish thing, but in this instance, whenever you're talking about getting swallowed whole and the flesh and bone welcoming me in, like it's a similar thing. It's like just being consumed. It's not like, you know, being bit or biting someone and getting turned on by that. It's like it's different. Like you would think with how some of Sleep Token songs are that it would be this sexual thing. Like that's not a surprising thing. Like I've seen Vessel on stage a tiny bit, him and Ivy, right? But it doesn't feel like that so far. It doesn't feel like that. And this is coming down from that very harsh vocal part we just did. It's so beautiful. I haven't really looked at this image yet, but it is badass. We're gonna go back into heavy stuff. Not quiet. once. He keeps saying that. I want to have you for myself for once. This image is wild too. Just like spewing blood, it looks like. Dang. I feel like we could have rode this like feeling and this kind of like instruments and stuff for a while longer, because it's like we've done this before where it's like a build up, and then all of Vessel's emotions come crashing down. And I know I didn't really talk about the instruments a ton in this and stuff, but what I will say, the thing that stood out to me the most, that I enjoyed the most, was actually the drums. So 2 does a lot of these like quick drum rolls, or drum fills rather. He does a big long drum fills, but then he did like, it's always like 3. It's on the cymbals. And it's just like I hear it a lot in this song specifically, and it's good. It's really good. It's really the drum fills themselves that are the difficult part, but the part after the it's just like sounds nice. It just sounds really nice to me. Musically, I thought this song was really good. Like I said, the going back and forth between the super harsh vocals and then the clean, and then near the end, whenever it was like the instruments were definitely more heavy, but like his vocals were just like in a certain range that I thought was fantastic. And this repetition, are you in pain like I am? Are you in pain like I am? I truly do wonder who he's talking about. Is he talking to Sleep? Because it's like this relationship has been the two of them, you know. I'm pretending in this song, for instance, it's him and Sleep. And it's just like, I've been experiencing all of this pain this entire time. Are you in pain like I am? Like, am I alone in this? And the thing is, like, we feel that strong emotion in the repetition and just like the harsh vocals. Like we feel that emotion, and I think it's just beautifully done. And whenever we were talking about the first lines, like talking about the viscera and the flesh and bones welcoming him in, he says another thing similar: walls of flesh, so warm again, we step into my suffering. Interesting. So obviously he's getting into them. I'll say Sleep is them. And then he says, we step into my suffering. And us as listeners, we've been in his suffering this whole time. Like, there's been very few songs where it's been like good. Like, things have been like good in Vessel's mind. Or if it is good, it's like cocky. It's like not actually good, but he thinks it is. Or he's just like overly confident that things are actually good, and like I said before, they're just really not. But he's frustrated. He's saying there's always something in the way. I want to have you to myself for once. And if we're talking about Sleep, is he saying like other vessels, or is it just like something else is always in the way? Because he's so frustrated. He says, let's get swallowed whole. I want to go where nobody else will ever go, which that was repeated from before. There's always something in the way. I want to have you to myself for once. And then that's whenever the repetition, the heaviness, are you in pain like I am? Overall, a really good song. Like, in terms of this album, I don't want to necessarily rank exactly where I have this song, but I'll say this is one of the better ones for me. This one was really good. Aqua Regia was obviously a harsh departure from what we've had before, but this song actually was interesting because a lot of their songs, they do end like that, with like a build up, and then he just like breaks. He just like all hell breaks loose, and he has all of this emotion thrust at us all at once. I say in a song like The Summoning, it was kind of the opposite. Like, there was that build up, and we had gotten all that heaviness before, but then it was like completely different. You know, it was like this sultry, sensual kind of vibe. And then we got something in Aqua Regia. Aqua Regia is so beautiful, guys. I've been listening to that one a lot, and I've been enjoying it more. And this is one I actually really want to listen to more, because like I want to hear the instruments better, because I was really focused on the lyrics, but I actually thought the instruments are like subtly, like thinking back on it now and stuff, like what I just listened to, I think the instruments are actually fire. And I'm stoked to listen back to it. Heck, I might even do like a little cover of something from this, because there's some little snippets there. I'm like, wow, 2 is killing it. And maybe I can do a little part. We'll see. But anyways, thanks guys for watching my video with me. It's been so much fun getting into VORE. This song was fantastic. A lot of people have talked about it and hyped it up and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for being here. Again, if you want to check out my Patreon, we've got an awesome community there, and I've been streaming, so check out my Twitch. Otherwise, I've been loving the YouTube comments. I've been talking to a handful of the same people every single week, and it's just been so fantastic. So I hope and I pray to see you all in the next video, okay? Bye-bye. Have a good one.